Thank you so much for joining us at the ExCo Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Meredith, and my husband, Herschel.
Yo, yo.
Today we have the opportunity to interview Lauren. Thank you so much, Lauren, for coming on our show today. I actually never met Lauren, so when I reached out to her on Instagram and she said yes, I was very excited. So
Who is Lauren?
Lauren, also known as the HillBilly Hair Painter on Instagram. Tell me about that handle. Tell me about that.
So I was born and raised on a 183-acre farm.
Okay.
It's a huge part of who I am. I am definitely one of the bigger rednecks you'll ever meet. And I love hair. So it kind of just, I mashed them together and I want it to be a representation of who I am.
That's amazing.
Well, how did you become a hairstylist being on a farm? Like,
right?
What made you...
Because everyone was like, you can't do that.
Yeah, were you like combing the cow's hair or something like that? What made you...
No, we didn't do that. I don't know. I just didn't ever want to do an office job, or I was never a rule follower. I kind of like always marched to the beat of my own drum, and if they said go this way, I go that way.
Yeah.
And it's worked out for me.
Hopefully your kids don't get like that.
My little one's like that, and it's hard to like parent the you out of somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I see you, man. You know, like, I see you, sir. So it's a struggle, but I also enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been a hairdresser for?
18 years.
Okay. And where did you go? Where did you go to high school? Where did you go to beauty school?
I went to high school in Kutztown.
Okay.
Little farm town. Beauty school, I went to Empire on MacArthur Road.
Yep.
Back in 2005.
Okay. Very cool.
Now, does your family still own that 183 acre? Wow, good for them.
Yeah, we love it. It was great. Like
Out,
during
like, in
COVID, we
Kutztown
just
area?
went fishing every day.
That's amazing.
That's
Yep.
in the Kutztown area? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
What do you guys farm? Do you guys farm there?
Yeah, we do. We used to have like a ton of produce.
Right.
We used to have dairy cows, but now we got rid of the dairy. We don't do as much produce now. It's just hay, straw, feed corn, sweet corn, and we raise steer.
That's so cool.
So I grew up with cows. You probably see like cows on my story all the time. I'm always like petting them, like, who wants some of this? You know,
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I love them. They're my little cow puppies.
I love your Instagram so much. I
Thank
really
you.
do. Tell me, in your career, who is your biggest inspiration? Like, who inspires you? You have a lot of things that you've accomplished in your career. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Tell us a little bit about your journey and, how you got into, your accomplishments, how you've done that, and give us a little bit of information about your journey.
I have always been hungry for more.
I hear that.
Like staying up late, watching Guy Tang. Guy Tang is like my OG inspo guy.
I found him back in 2010.
Same.
Yes.
And all I did was I was like this on my phone all night watching Guy Tang videos while he's like doing bomb ass hair, shaking his ass in the camera.
Yeah.
Guy Tang, I feel like he was my OG inspo. But honestly, I've always had such a want and need for more education, so I just have always taken as many classes as I could afford, and sometimes I can't even afford it, but I do it anyways. I've taken classes from Ashley Norman. I love her. Like, she's a mother of 3 out there chasing her dreams.
Please tell me how she does it all.
I don't know.
Because
the
she
woman's
was
not even from here.
She had a 1-year-old while she was about to give birth, traveling, giving classes, while she's nursing her other kid, while she's pregnant, doing
epic shit with
this
cool people.
amazing stuff, and she's killing it.
I'm still trying to figure out who Guy Tang is. Guy Tang? Guy Tang?
Get him out of here.
I'm still trying to figure out how you said you had cell phone back in the day. I didn't have cell phone. I had
in 2010,
210.
Huh?
You talk like you're 100 years old.
I mean,
Not the
she
year
said back in the
210.
day she had a cell phone and she would look at Guy Tang on cell phone.
2010.
Yeah,
Herschel.
2010.
Oh, okay. All right.
Did you miss that?
No, I was thinking about when I was young. I didn't have a cell phone.
Yeah, but
You're only 10 years older than me, right?
Yeah.
Give or take. I didn't have a cell phone. I had black and white television.
Anyway.
He did not.
But who's Guy Tang? Who is that?
So he is
the
a
goat.
hairdresser that is the GOAT, that is based out of LA, and he has his own color line now. He's been giving, I went to one of his classes when I lived in Colorado. He became big on YouTube years and years ago, breaking the boundaries with hair and like, oh, you say that this is impossible, watch me do it. Let me make this magic happen. Like, this is how you do it. And he's very flamboyant in his sexuality, so he's not afraid to show it. Now he has his own music career. Sorry, Guy, I will not a fan. But I love your art. I love your talent behind the chair.
Yeah.
But that's who Guy Tang is. And Ashley Norman is somebody else. If you're a hairdresser, you know who she is. And if you don't, you live under a rock. Because she's amazing.
Amazing.
And she's
so
probably
good at what she
around our
does.
age, maybe a little older.
She's
I think.
our age, yeah. Because when I was talking to her at her class, it was just maybe a month ago I took that
really?
class, or 2 months ago. I learned from her. We're the same age.
Really?
Yeah, she's just a bad bitch out there.
is.
Like, you know, same thing. Like, just took as many classes as she could.
Yeah.
And look at her, you know.
I think
Amazing.
I listened to one of her podcasts, and I listened to her story. She had a very good, I can't think of the word, apprentice when she was like early on in her hair education, and I think that helped a lot too. Just having that inspiration and the hunger and the confidence.
Yeah.
Because if you're not confident, then nobody else is going to be confident in you.
Right.
So, how do you stay confident?
I don't know. That's a really good question. How do I stay confident? I don't know. When you put yourself out there on the internet, people are either going to like it or they're not.
Yeah.
And I think people are liking what I'm putting out there. So I guess that's how I stay confident.
Okay.
Like, okay, bitch, we're on the right path.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like not second guessing.
How you stay confident, meaning like you don't really care. That's your confidence. Like,
Right.
you don't,
I really don't.
you
But
don't
she
really
wasn't
care what
always like
people
that.
Think.
Yeah.
She was not always like that. She said this is something newer for her.
Okay. Well, you're
So-
feeling yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you should.
Step into your power and just
That's
be
right.
who you are, you know?
That's right. That's the confidence. That's her superpower now.
Yeah,
That's it.
that is. That's amazing.
Shout out to Guy Tang, by the way. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to
Guy
look up your
Tang.
stuff.
Guy
See,
Tang
we
is
would say
amazing.
Pootie Tang because
No,
it sounds
that's
like
the
Guy
best
Tang.
movie with the bell.
I thought about Pootie Tang when you said Guy Tang.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God,
that
Pootie
sounds like
Tang.
Pootie Tang. So shout out to Guy Tang. It sounds
Biggie
like Pootie
Shorty.
Tang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, if you know Biggie Shorty, just
Yeah.
dancing on the corner.
You know what I mean? Just saying. Sorry.
I'm going to watch that shit tonight.
Seriously.
I'm just out there a little bit.
So I saw on your story a while ago, I don't know how long ago, a couple weeks maybe, and you fly out to Chrissy to get your hair done.
I do. I was going to say, as far as like who inspires me, she does.
Yeah.
Always has.
Yeah.
I reached out to her. It was probably almost 2 years ago to just be like, hey, I really want my hair done. I was working in a salon at the time with people who were more than capable of doing it. But it's like one of those things when you work in a salon and you get your hair done. Like,
You're not a client.
no, it's like, okay, my
do
client's here, like,
exchanges.
go wash your hair out.
Right.
Or, okay, I'll wash you, but then you have to blow it out. I just wanted to be like the full client experience.
Yeah.
I've always admired her work so much, and she's just like the sweetest sweetie pie.
Yeah.
So I reached out to her for a hair appointment, and she was like, yeah, I would love to do your hair. That's such an honor, you know, that you would come out here as a hairdresser. And we just like fell in love, and it became like one of my best friends. Like, she has gotten me through some of the darkest times in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I want my hair done by her.
Yeah, honestly, go. She's amazing.
Does she do extensions though?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Where's she out of?
Ohio.
Okay.
I just
we
went.
were out there.
Yeah, we went there last year for a class.
Yeah.
Ashley, what's her last name? Reaper. The Luna Method for extensions.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it was nice. But anyway, where I was going with this was somebody took your photo.
Oh, Wiggy, you've been following it. China stole my face, like a Chinese
I was
wig
telling
company.
you this, like
Saw your face.
Oh my God, I'll show you the pictures then. Yeah.
they went on Chrissy Danielle's Instagram, stole her face because she was obviously, modeling the hair that Chrissy did, and they stole her face and then used it to sell a wig.
They like put AI bangs on it.
That's hot.
It actually is.
It is.
Like if you know, right? They like AI'd
hot.
some bangs on it and really leaned into like the facial AI as well. Made me look like a total robot with bangs, and it's all over Amazon. Like I've had clients tell me I'm actually like, it's funny now.
Were you
It's also
pissed?
not funny now. Like I'm still really salty about it because I never
You never
would
okayed
have
it.
said that, yeah, you can do that to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'm just trying to make lemonade out of lemons. So I
Yeah.
bought the wig, like any other normal person would do, right? And
That's crazy.
yeah,
You made
so
it into a character.
yeah, now I just have this like alter ego, Felicia. She's a bitch. She hates everything.
likes dick
Sunrises,
pics.
sunsets, hates them. Like
So now I'm interested. I have to check this out.
yeah,
Yeah, it's funny. I
I'm
keep
just
telling
getting
them to get
going on
Instagram.
it. I'm just getting going on it. But
Yeah.
yeah, they stole my picture and did that.
Did you notice it? Like, who brought it to your
I
attention?
found it.
How did you find it?
I was in the middle. So this is a true story. I had a brand new client in my chair, right? My client, Kelly, brought in her daughter. Little girl's like 13 years old, right? Kelly's sitting over here, daughter's in my chair. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Like I do with every client before I start any service, let's look at photos so I can give you a realistic expectation, So I go on Pinterest and I search light brown balayage because her hair was probably maybe a little bit lighter than your natural color. And I'm scrolling on Pinterest and I'm like, what the fuck is that shit? Right? And I saw this picture of me, which I'll show to you then. You've seen it, but I saw this shit staring back at me and I was like, just like quiet for like 10 seconds. I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like I'm going through something right now. And then I showed, because I felt comfortable with the mom. I have done her hair a bunch of times, right? And I'm like, so I found this.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, wow. And then I was like, I'm going to click the link and I'm going to see where, is this going to take me to Candyland? Like, where are we going, So I clicked the link and it went right to Amazon. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like all over the internet. I have friends like in the industry. I bought the wig. Why wouldn't I?
You're giving them money. You should get proceeds.
I should. No, I know. But that's why I bought the wig, because I was so pissed and like upset and devastated. And like, when I tell you I was like devastated, I was devastated. Like it sucked because like, where else is that picture? And why me? Like I've seen, I don't know. It's just so weird. But once I realized there was legally nothing I could do about it to even get it taken down, I was just like, well, now we're going to have a good time.
Because why? They're from China?
Well, no.
It's
like,
a Chinese wig company.
What's your question?
Well, she said she couldn't do anything about it legally.
Because you're on Instagram. It's public information.
Right? So you put it on there, and I think it's because they alter the image so much. Technically now they own the rights to that image instead of
because they changed
Chrissy
it, right.
because they changed it.
It's the same thing they do with music, by the way, too. So they'll take a beat to a song, and even though it's originally from somewhere else, if they just add to that beat, you're really not technically copywriting. So I'm sorry that you went through that.
Yeah.
But did it help you get popular?
She was already popular.
I'm not that popular.
Yeah, you are.
She says you're popular. You're popular. She's enough.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just out here. I'm just this little
You're doing your thing.
person in my little corner of the internet doing
you are,
weird shit.
You are recognized in the hair industry, though. You are.
I will say, like, I feel like as of late, I've been getting that recognition, and not that it's even... I mean, it is for myself. 100% it's for myself. Like, I work super hard, and there is things I want out of the industry, and that's why I put myself on the internet like I put myself on the internet. So it does feel really good. It's pretty crazy when you think about it, because, like, I'm like, dude, I grew up on a 183-acre farm. Like, I had everything against me to
be where you are.
Get anywhere. Yeah.
I think I did I tried for the contest what is it, Masters of Balayage or Behind the Chair, one of those things.
Beauty Launchpad.
Beauty by Launchpad. I did one of those contests a long time ago, and I only did it one time. So the fact that you're, putting your work out there and you're putting it in there, and it just says a lot about your personality. And, just to like even try, like that's huge. It is. It is huge because then you deal with rejection and, all the things. So for me, I'm like, well, if I don't try, I'm never going to get rejected. So,
right.
Yeah,
but there's growth in that too, though,
Yeah, there is.
You got to be a little uncomfortable sometimes.
Absolutely.
And I'm just like, well, you never know. Like, I think my shit's pretty good.
It is very good.
Maybe not as good as, like, I get really bad imposter syndrome when I go through, like, the hashtags and stuff. I'm like, man, I thought my shit was good, but
Yeah, I know.
It
I
isn't.
don't like social media for that reason.
Yeah, but also then at the same time, a lot of that shit's AI'd. Like,
I know.
that's why you'll see, like, I post a ton of reels of my work because you can't edit that. Like,
Right.
that's real raw hair that I've done.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like so many of the images are just not what they actually are.
You're right.
And it's discouraging. But it still gives me imposter syndrome, even though I know that.
It's not the real thing.
Yeah.
So what do you recognize for? Like, what is your specialty?
I never set out to be a reds specialist, but it somehow happened. I just became known for my reds. Which I will say I love doing reds. They are...
Red is scary to me.
Really?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Actually, I just ran into this not too long ago. Like, I had a natural level 4 or 3, and she wanted that cowboy copper without any bleach or anything. And I'm like, I don't even know how to formulate, like, for this.
Got you.
Like, and I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, do I take a level 8 to make it a 6 or a 7 with 40, like, down her butt, level 3, 4? How would you do that?
How would I do that?
Yeah.
I would probably take a level 6 and use, like, 30 volume. 20 and 30 volume, make, like, a 25. Just lift it a little bit more.
How would you get, like, that 7, though?
Do you feel like it's a level 7?
Some of them. I think the picture she showed me.
I mean, if that's the case, then I just would take the reins and be like, listen, this is what I need to do to get you there. So
That's when
you're
you
either
pull
going to
out the
get there
bleach.
or you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I work on colors lately, it's been a while because I'm doing a lot of extensions and, like, highlights, balayage, all that stuff. So whenever somebody is like, I want a red, I'm like, you probably want to go to someone else.
Right. That's fair. That's why I refer out for extension clients because I don't belong. That ain't my lane.
I'll
so.
send the reds to you. So.
Likewise. Touche.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you've been doing your thing at the, at your salon suite, Phoenix Salon Suites, in off of MacArthur Road in Allentown, right?
Yep.
So what is it like for you being like a salon owner? Like what's your, how do you like being in that position now, being a salon owner?
At first, it wasn't welcomed. I never wanted it, but it kind of just happened. And I, like with everything else, every little boulder you push, I'm like, okay, bitch, we're going and we're doing it. And it was really hard transition for me, but now I'm like at the point that I could never work for another owner. I love freedom. Freedom is my middle name. I don't know. It's just like something about creating your own space that is amazing, and securing your own future and not putting that in anyone else's hands is a really beautiful thing. I know I will keep me safe, whereas someone else might not.
Yeah. Were you at a commissioned salon for a long time before?
I was only ever in commission salons before, so yeah.
Were you happy there?
Yeah.
That's good. You never had any unhealthy, toxic situations?
I mean, in the past I have, but I never really played into it.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I've always just been in, like, my own world.
Yeah, that's good.
Forever, so...
It keeps you safe.
Yeah, like, in one ear, out the other, you're, like, working with people. Like, I would be up all night watching Guy Tang videos, and I'd come home, and I'd be, like, doing his balayage, go to the salon and, like, do that.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Diamond balayage or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And I would just jump in and try it, and it turned out well. And then, like, I had worked with other women that were like, oh, she thinks she knows everything, you know, or like negative towards me because I was like doing more or better. And it's like, I actually made a reel about this today because I'm just, and I was thinking about this particular person. I'm like, if you would have just put in that work instead of like talking about people, you'd be doing the same shit that I'm doing, you know?
Yeah, all the jealousy and energy, all the hate energy.
And all that, like, you know, like so much shit you wanted to start with me. Why?
Yeah.
Like, you could have just been like, hey, like, can I watch you do that? Why are you doing that? Like, I'll teach you anything you want to know.
Right.
Don't be an asshole.
Ooh, you should do that. You should do classes. You should do red classes.
I would like to. Yeah.
You should start.
I know. I would like to.
So how did you get notified, like, for your accomplishments? Because I look at your, you know, your Instagram, and in your bio it has all of your accomplishments and your achievements. Can you tell us a little bit about that and like how you got there? And a lot of this is for me too, because I'm ignorant, so I want to learn too.
Yeah.
So how did you do that? Like, you were notified for. I'm so sorry, I don't have it up on my phone, but I'll let you tell us.
As far as like awards and stuff and like opportunities.
Yes.
I mean, again, just being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. You're never going to know if you don't try.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how did I get notified? So like, I mean, they just kind of like show the winners or the whatever. Like, my hugest moment was probably behind the chair when I hit top 100. That was like insane.
Huge.
I still can't talk about it.
Aww.
My hands were like shaking and I just started crying. I was like, oh my God, I did that.
What was it for? Like
Reds.
What? Okay.
And then Masters of Balayage last year, I came in top 5 in Reds.
That's amazing.
And it's just, again, like, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was that good. But you also never know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. I didn't think my shit was going to get picked above. Like, these other people are insanely talented.
Right.
You don't know.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because it is such an accomplishment.
You just got to, like, put yourself out there. Like, the Beauty Launchpad thing I got last year as well, 25 under 50K. They picked 25 artists that have less than 50,000 followers to feature in the magazine. And I just applied for it.
Do you think that it helps when you're noticed for one, that it's easier to get involved in the other ones, or you don't feel like it's really like that?
I don't think it's like that.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Because a lot of the time I feel like they're not really paying attention to what maybe they do. I don't know. I don't actually know if they do.
Okay.
I think it just really matters on, like, how much you work. I think they look for, like, how much your work has grown in comparison to, like, the other year. But it's crazy because, like, when I look at my one-shot entries from, like, 2021 or 2022, whenever I got that first nom, I was like, okay, that was, like, a good picture. And I look at it, I'm like, God, they picked that one?
Yeah.
Like, you know, because now I'm like, my photos have gotten so much better. And I think that that's kind of what they're looking for. Like, who is out there, like, just chugging away.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember when that competition first came out, like 15 years ago.
It was so exciting.
I thought the opposite. I was like, this is stupid. Like, who's ever going to do this? Like,
yeah.
And
I think I felt like that too.
Did you feel like that?
Point. Yeah.
But it was like when it first came out, I was like, this is, but maybe it was just because, like maybe it was just because of my own negative self-talk. I was like, that's stupid. And now here I am. Like, that is so cool. Like,
and it's not even for like, look at me, blah. Like, I do those things because there's things that I want, and I know that, like, getting that recognition will help me get to the things that I want. You know what I mean?
I do. Well, what do you want?
As far as, like, I want a cushy brand deal.
Yeah.
I want a brand to scoop me up and send me endless free color so I have no overhead.
That would be so nice. Yeah, like Jessica Scott hair.
Right. Yeah. Chrissy, she does that, you know, like.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they just send you everything, like styling products, you know. I just cutting down the overhead and making more money so that I can, like, travel with my kids. And
I wonder if Chrissy would be on the podcast if we did like a Zoom thing.
She's a sweetheart. I bet she would.
I have a question. You know, Tony and I were just thinking here, like, if we wanted to be like hairstylists, right? And we wanted, some people are actually listening right now that are probably in, the Beauty Empire School and Metro Beauty Academy, and they probably have like aspirations of being like that thing. So what do you think you could tell them, tell Tony and myself, like what should we do to get to the position like that you're in?
Find a great mentor. Find a couple great mentors. Learn as much as you possibly can. Do the education. Take the classes. Get out of your own way.
Yes.
Get out of your own way.
Yes.
Stay humble.
So would you ladies consider yourselves like being a mentor? Like
Yeah.
Meredith?
Yeah.
And I love that. That's like one of my favorite parts of like
Being able to help other people.
I love
Would
it.
you guys be open to like a mentorship program? Like, could you see yourself mentoring like, people like myself and Tony and other individuals out there that are inspired to be like hairstylists? Would you guys have like some kind of program set up?
Yeah. I mean, if you were
like-
serious, but you're not.
I mean, you never know. I might, Tony, you serious? I
You're
mean, sometimes we might be
not.
serious, sometimes we might not, but I see you guys are calling out these numbers like, blue 21 and red 2. It almost sounds like a football cadence.
Those are food colorings.
Yeah, so I mean, I could probably mix it up a little
Yellow
bit.
number 5.
Yeah.
Yellow number 5. It's like, I'm running up the 2-hole one with the ball and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, I'm a coach too, by the way, just saying. But
I love that.
when I heard the numbers going on, I was like, okay. Like,
And you were talking about her. But
yeah, they were talking about hair, and I'm thinking about football.
Okay.
So anyway, so
I get it.
So mentor. So I'm thinking like while we're doing this podcast, right? So anyone out there, ladies, gentlemen, theys, them, pronouns, whatever. Like if you guys are looking for mentors, I think it's a good time. You can maybe tell us, what your handle is. Like how could people find you? Same thing for you. I think you put it out there. This is non-competitive, by the way. No judgment zone.
No competition.
We believe in one of the reasons why we started this podcast is just because we have noticed, right, along the journey, more Meredith and I, because she's been in it longer. I'm new in the game in a situation just by being with Meredith. But I have noticed that it's, as much as they say that it's not competitive, you have serious haters out there.
For sure.
And I think you just said earlier, sometimes when you're doing your work, like people just watch you and it's almost like, "Meow," like type thing. And it's just like, hey, look, I'll show you what I'm doing. Like, to help you. There's no reason to throw shade. So
Right.
part of the reason of this podcast is that we want to show love. Like we want, it's not competitive. Although we want to lift up Meredith as well, but we also want to lift up to the people that are in the area, other people that might come our way. So, going back to like, how can, the youngins or people that want to be inspired or want to find a good mentor? Because when you're saying like, hey, find a good mentor, people are like, okay, where do I find a good mentor at? You know what I mean? So if you think that you would be a good mentor, give out your information. I did mention the Phoenix Hair Salon, but do you have like a contact handle and all that stuff? What is
Just the HillBilly Hair Painter on Instagram.
HillBilly Hair Painter. HillBilly.
Yeah.
Painter.
HILL. That's so confusing. Wait, the HILLBILLY Hair Painter.
The
Yeah.
HillBilly Hair Painter.
So if you guys want to learn how to do that red and all the different colors, there's your go-to. And what about you? Because you are...
Well, I would definitely help with, anybody that's interested in learning anything with balayage or extensions. You can reach me at ExCo Lounge on Instagram, or you can email me, info@excolounge.com, or you can make any inquiries on my website, excolounge.com. But yeah, I think all you need to do is just reach out to the person that inspires you and see if they'd be interested in teaching.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like doing like a shadow day, come to work with me.
Right.
Answer any questions that they might have.
Right.
I think that's the best way to learn. Like, I don't know if you're necessarily learning everything in school. It's, getting into the salon and just, getting your hands dirty and
So I just
watching
helped
from
out. I just
people.
helped out the youngins out there that are trying to get, they
Yeah,
wanna
thank you, babe.
learn how to do hair and extension and all that, because people are probably like watching this, probably like, okay, how do I get a hold of mentors, or how can I, find that good person that they vibe with. So
yeah, if you're in the Lehigh Valley, Lauren just said she would. I absolutely would.
You could be in Japan, bro. Like if you're in Japan,
I mean, you can do
with
online
technology
stuff
now,
too.
yeah,
Absolutely.
So, Lehigh Valley, if you want that like in person, like physical touch type thing, or
the hands-on,
not physical touch, but hands-on. Don't touch my lady. I'm just saying. But if you want your like hands-on experience, or if you want to do like the online stuff, wherever you are. So I think we're going to reach the masses,
Yeah, I did think
Tony
about
told
doing
me.
like online education. You have to make the time to do it. And, because I think that there's a huge need for that. And I think that with the way that our industry is, or like any industry really, like all you have to do is go online and buy a class and everything is online. I just took mesh integration and she's based out of the UK. So I just took that class. So.
Yeah.
But I think that doing any online,
I gotta say one more thing. Sorry, I was just thinking of something. I just, I'm sorry, but if I think like we had another stylist on here a couple weeks ago. It might have been a week ago. Shout out to Faith. Thank you, Faith at Winter's Haven. She mentioned something about, for all the newbies out there, that you should probably enter into the service industry. And, when you work in the service industry, and that helps you
like
learn how to work with,
food,
waitressing, all that. But if you don't know how to do that, don't be a hairstylist, right? Because I know, right, personally, there's some hairstylists out there that hate humans, and they just want that money. Right. And that kind of sucks because you're just, rapidly going through things. I've watched you, I've seen you, and I think if you can't work in the service industry to, know how to work with humans, don't be a hairstylist. Save yourself. Just, go do something else, but just wanted to throw that out there.
I agree. We're in the business of people. Like people and connections first, always for me.
Right.
It really is. Like, yeah, if you don't know how to connect with people, or you're just all about yourself, it ain't for you. Because it's some heavy shit sometimes, too.
Absolutely.
Like, heavy shit sometimes.
The people that's sitting in your chair.
Yeah,
and
like you're hearing their life experiences. And
how about the tea? Next question.
What tea?
Well, I mean, you just said the people that sit in your chair, and like you hear so much stuff. So what's like the craziest thing that you probably heard of from one of your clients? Like, would you share some of that tea? Like, we don't know their name, we don't know where they're from, but like, is it like, hey, my husband just cheated on me with like 10 people, or I just went on this trip and, did this and I shouldn't have did that, or I just won $1 million. Like, do you have like rich people sitting in your chair, like multimillionaires and all that stuff, like some hot tea? You had some tea. You got some tea too.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like I have too much tea to remember it all.
There's
like
a
on
lot,
the spot right now.
Because you're sitting, you hear like so much.
Information
even from
overload.
That, but like even like from one person, you can hear so much, and then you have a couple people in a day, and that's a lot. So I mean, yeah, there's trauma dumping. There's some really good, amazing things. I literally just met Lauren, and she sat down and I dumped my trauma right on her. So,
and I was like, girl, I get it.
So there's,
Well, I'm gonna put you out there a little bit. There was a client that comes into you to see you, and like they're so finicky about like their hair being done, to the point where they would like send you all kind of messages and text you.
Her.
Yeah, she got fired, right? But
I've done it.
That's some tea, right? Where they just like they can't, like there's nothing that's ever going to make them happy.
Correct.
Every little
They're
thing.
negative people.
Yeah.
Right. They're unhinged, ungrateful people.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there's, but I gotta say, for the most part, like I have people that respect me in my time.
For sure.
For the most part. But yeah, there are some times where I feel like I'm calling in people that are just never going to be happy. So you gotta cut the cord.
Not the right fit.
Not the right fit. Exactly. Bye. On to the next person.
I hear all kind of stories about how the men are doing some wicked stuff to their wives at home, or treat them like crap. Stop doing that shit. I'm watching you. I know who you are. I'm going to show up at your house. Do better with your women at home. Okay? Thank you.
Taken, volume 2. What does he say?
No, it's like volume 7 now.
I will find you and
I will kill you.
you.
It's like volume 7. There's been like 10 movies.
Yeah, Herschel has been humbled throughout his life. Anyway, how long have you been married? When did you meet your husband?
I think I've been married 5 years.
Okay.
2017. When was that?
Congratulations.
Thank you. How did I meet my husband?
Yeah.
That's a funny
OnlyFans?
story.
OnlyFans.
No. So, all right. So I was born and raised in Kutztown, small
right,
little
on the
town.
farm.
Yeah, right. So college town. All there is to do is like get fucked up, right?
Right.
I was working at a salon. I think it was like 15, just shampooing for them, doing their laundry, answering their phones. Probably too young to be doing it, but I was. And across the street there was this tattoo shop, and I used to smoke cigarettes, right? And I would be outside on the steps smoking all day long,
Thinking you're cool.
barely working, right? And across the street at the tattoo shop, like, my husband, Justin, he would hang out there all the time with, like, the guys. And, like, I had, like, a serious, I use that lightly, boyfriend at the time. And everyone
time
knew
it feels
it.
serious.
Yeah, and everyone knew it, right? Like, we were like a unit. Him and I were always together. And we were out at the bar the one night, him and I, and my husband tried to, like, pick me up. And I was like, the first thing I ever said to him was, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'll never forget it. Like, I wanted nothing to do with him. I hated him. Yeah, it was just like, oh, yeah, I just wanted nothing to do with him at that time. Like, could not stand him. And fast forward, 10 years later, I had just gotten out of a different relationship, and there was, like, a lot of abuse involved there. It was a very low time in my life. And I was at my friend Danielle's pounding beers, and she kept telling me, she's like, you gotta let my friend Justin take you out. He thinks you're so beautiful. He's been in love with you for like 10 years. And I was like, that fucking guy. I was like, I hate him. No. And she's like, I'm telling you, he's changed now. Like, let him take you out for dinner. So after I slammed like 2 more beers, I was like, fine. I got his number and I texted him and I was like, I hear you're taking me for dinner. And then like, that was it, you know? And the next day, like, we just, like, texted all day, and he, like, arranged, like, we agreed to go out for dinner. I was renting a room from a friend at the time, and it was just me and my dog. I can't talk about that. It was just me and my dog. And I said to him, like, the dog was outside. I had him trained really well. He was never on a leash. And I was like, do not get out of your car, because my dog's outside, and he hates men, because he had just saw me, like, get my ass beat by my ex-boyfriend, and, like, my dog was not good. Like, if you guys would have came to my house, he'd be all over you, loving you, and he would try to kill you. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's just how he was with men. So I told him, don't get out of the car. I come out of the house, and Justin is on his knees in the driveway, and my dog is licking his face and all over him, and I'm like, oh my
Fine,
God.
I'll keep you.
That was a sign right there.
I was like, okay. Like, he likes nobody.
Yeah.
You know?
Dogs are a very good judge of character.
Yeah, and he picked his daddy.
Aww.
Yeah, that was it, you know? We just got on so well.
Now you have kids with him.
Yeah, 2 boys, 2 crazy boys.
That's amazing. Do you want any more?
No.
Okay, you're done.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, by the way, because I saw you got emotional there. With
yeah, I just lost my dog like a month ago.
God.
I was going to ask you if that was. I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Poor baby. That's like the worst part of having animals. Like,
He was my soul dog.
What was your dog's name?
Dutch. He was a German Shepherd.
Well, rest in peace, Dutch. Thank you for taking care of HillBilly stylist. HillBilly painter. Sorry.
Her name is Lauren.
Wow.
It's okay. Just call me Hillbilly. It's fine.
I know that some people, you know, because you're a human being.
Oh, yeah. I'm not like the sensitive type. You know what I mean?
Okay. Pretty sure.
Thick skin. Yeah. Now, as I'm crying.
I'm like, are you
That's
sure
because
you're
it's my
crying?
dog, okay? That was my little boy.
No, I can tell you're because I'm married to an empath, and I can tell you're an empath.
I am.
I can tell that you have
I
a
feel
very
things.
kind soul and you care. Yeah, so that's why you're a hairstylist too.
That's one of the reasons.
So that's my next question. How do you decompress? What do you do to, because you take on all forms of energy while they're sitting in your chair, and then you're a mom, you're a wife. How do you decompress at the end of your day?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
You know?
You're a Swiftie? Are you a Kansas City fan
I'm
now?
such a Swiftie. What?
Are you a Kansas City fan now or no?
I mean, yeah.
Oh my God. Or is this a joke? Are you joking?
No.
Wait, were you always, or was it just?
No, I'm an Eagles fan, but now I also like the
I was about to
Chiefs.
kick you out of here too.
Now I like the Chiefs.
Well,
now
you
I'm
can't
an
be
Eagles
both.
fan.
They literally played us against.
That's
in
what
the
my
Super
husband
Bowl.
said. He gets so mad. He's like, "That is so stupid." I'm like, "You're so stupid." Like, no.
Taylor's over there now, so that's where I'm at.
There's
Taylor's
literally
over
a
there.
song. She has a song for everything, I feel. You know
She
what I
does,
mean?
of course.
So I just come out of my car, put on a little Tay-Tay. I go
Tay-Tay.
home, smoke a little bit,
Yeah.
chill, play with my babies, go home and play with my babies. That's the best part. They're fucking wild, and I'm like sensory overload at that point where I don't even want to hear noise.
Seriously, turn off
And
the
they're
TV.
like choke slamming each other. Like,
And the
it's
boys,
crazy.
too.
They're two boys, and they're
What's
high
the age
energy.
difference?
5 years.
5 years, yeah. So,
So my
they're
oldest will
wilding out,
be 10 in July, and then my little guy just turned 5, and they're wild.
as
Yeah,
they should be.
that's a funny
Feral.
age.
As they should be.
Yeah.
That's a fun age.
Yeah, so, going home to my peeps.
Yeah.
That's
What else
it.
can I ask?
What?
What else can I ask? What other questions do you have, babe?
I mean, I've asked the majority of what I wanted to ask. I'm feeling that I've been blessed, and we can ask her about faith if you want, because I know you mentioned that.
Yes. So for myself, I've always believed in God. I went to church this past Christmas, and then I made him go. Well, I didn't make him go. I asked him to go, and he was like, I'm not going. And so I was just going to go with my friend, and then before I knew it, him and the kids were all ready to go for church. So we went to see because I just wanted to see the pretty candlelight, whatever.
It makes me cry every
For
time.
Christmas, right? I just
Yeah.
wanted it. So I was going to go with him or without them, but he ended up coming. So we started going to Faith Church in Allentown, and it's a really nice church. I love it so much. But I'd say since this past Christmas, my relationship with God has become strong. Even with like huge losses, I still feel a close connection with God. I wanted to know what your opinion was about that, and if you have a connection with God, and if you feel close to God, and if you don't, what do you believe in, and what kind of keeps you grounded?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely believe in God as well. I grew up, my dad was a minister my entire life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was like,
I'm learning so much about you.
yeah, right. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Ministers' kids are always the worst. They
Badass
are.
little kids.
Yeah, well,
Wow,
hence
now.
the no shits given over here. But no, I mean, I grew up with it, and I'm so grateful for that, and just having, just being taught to like believe in something bigger than me. You know what I mean? And I mean, don't get me wrong. I have my times where I have my doubts and I question it, but at the end of the day, like, I can't deny it when I look at my little boys.
Yeah. I can understand
Well,
that.
Uncle Herschel's here to help, by the way, because I've been around the block once or twice, and as you just mentioned that you were raised and by your dad was a minister, and when I find, because I grew up in a church too, and I find when we grow up underneath a family that they're really high on religion, it takes away from relationship, right? And
Yep.
it's like, how do we as young people really want to believe in something that we see our parents doing, right? And they're pushing this on us. It almost sometimes feels like you got to do what we're doing. And one of the things I decided to do with the kids that I have is, kind of say like, we can all believe in something, right? And the majority of people that are out there, like you have people that believe in Muhammad who are Muslim, right? Well, the reason why they're probably in their religion is because their parents, generational stuff passed down. Same thing with Christianity, right? So I would share with people is like, why do you believe in what you believe in? What is the reason for why you believe in that? You can't just say, well, because I grew up in that. You have to find your own way of why you choose to believe. And you kind of mentioned something about like when you see your kids like creation, how could there not be a God, right?
Yeah.
My thing is like when I hear people who say like they're atheists or they don't know if they believe in God, right? I look at things like creation, number one. Number two, our DNA. Like, how do all these things, like I can't just formally believe in something just happened. Like, there's no way that something came from nothing and became something. Like, it, to me, I don't understand that. But to me, relationship with the Creator is a beautiful thing, right? It's that, belief in seeing like how beautiful that everything is out there in the world, like nature and all that stuff. And there had to be like a designer behind it, like an artist, you know what I mean? And for you women to be able to create life and to see that is just, it's a beautiful thing. And how could there not be a God? And the challenge is like, we get challenged so much in this life, and we think like, okay, God, are you doing this? But no, there are temptations. There are things that we as humans, we get the right to choose in our minds. Like we can choose to believe what is right, or we can choose to believe in something like what is wrong. Like if I want to go have get drunk or something like that, I can go get drunk, right? God's not going to stop me from getting drunk. And do I blame God for getting in a car accident or getting a DUI? Or do I actually look at myself? Or if I see something tragic that happens, whether someone gets cancer that's close to my family and there's death, or something, can I look at God and say, God did that? No, I have to look at the whole thing. Like, obviously, there's things on this planet that cause harm to us, right? Whether it's the air, some things that we breathe and the foods that we take, medicine that's given to us, something evolves something, because we're biological. So things could change us internally, right? And could cause for us to do things. I can't literally blame a God when, if I actually think about this Creator or this artist put us here. Why? Just to have like a relationship. Like there's this law of love, right? And me personally, from my personal belief, I believe that this artist, this Creator wanted just to have a personal relationship and want us to freely choose the Creator. I'm not going to say him or her, because there's no evidence to me of a God being like a him or her, although a lot of people who are religious, Christians and so forth and so on, believe that God is a he. I just believe that God is all that there is to be, the Creator, the Most High. And I'm thankful for being here in this planet, in this present moment with you too. I know I'm stretching so on, but it's really important to me, because I hear it a lot, why people just like don't believe, or sometimes they question it. Like the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean?
It is. And I think, and I've talked to my dad about this too, just to get his perspective. And that guy can talk me off any ledge I've ever been on,
Aww.
Truly. But, like when bad things happen, like one of my best friends had passed away of a heart attack in November and has a 5-year-old little boy, and it's just horrible. And I'm like, Dad, I don't get it, And he's like, that, you doubting that and you saying that is the devil, like in your mind. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably not wrong. You know what I mean? And I think like when we do doubt things or we do question things, like that's that other force.
The evil.
Yeah, like you're allowing that shit in,
So one of the things that you just mentioned, because again, I'm thinking about what people are thinking when you said devil. To me, it's not the physical form of a devil, but our minds
evil.
Definitely play. Our mind is a very evil place, and we can actually train ourselves if we allow our minds to really get into like a depressive state, or just craziness with our minds. So that's when you're saying, devil, that's, to me, that's what I first thought of, is the mind.
I didn't mean,
No, you're right. You're right. But
also,
just in case people are thinking like, oh, there's a devil out there. Like, oh my God.
Scary shit.
It is.
There are some demons out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And most of them are on OnlyFans. I don't have OnlyFans, but I hear about that.
Also talking about that, I'm like, I don't even want to talk about that because I feel like you let it in. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like,
I know. Stay away.
Yeah.
I think it would be so cool if we did like words are so hard.
No, they're not.
And I didn't even have marijuana, like, at all. I'm trying to think of one, like, not a seminar, but, like, I think it would be, like, how, Behind the Chair does, or, like, Modern Salon. Like, I think it would be so cool if we got, like, a whole bunch of hairdressers from the Valley, or just, like, all over, and going out to, like, get dinner, or, like, drinks or something.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be so cool, because I've been doing hair in the Lehigh Valley for, like, ever, and I'm just meeting you now, and you seem like a really nice person, and I think it would be fun to, like, just get together and like meet your significant other and, you know, just like have like-minded ideas.
I love that.
Right?
So I just had an idea.
Community over competition all day, every day. Yeah.
I think that would be so fun.
So actually, that's a great idea. We actually talked about this, about having like an annual type of like party.
Yeah.
Where you have like maybe like DJ, maybe
Yeah,
some
but who's
catered
paying
food.
for that?
Catered food. Well, we can get the funds together. But I'm just saying, like, then you invite, you know, all the people and their significant others, or maybe
that would be so
actually
fun.
even have like some of their clients come out, like
Yeah,
who they have
I think
built
that would be
like,
so
some type of
fun.
relationships with, and just have a
Like
a
live
good night.
music and like food and drinks. That would
Yeah.
be so fun.
And don't forget, if you guys like this podcast, by the way, don't forget to like, share, and make comments wherever you're at, and take that moment. This is actually, we should be saying this in the beginning, to like,
It's
share,
okay.
make comments. And we love haters. I love haters. Just, you know, whatever
Boost
it is.
the engagement.
Love, hate.
It does
Yeah.
boost the engagement. I could do without the hate, but whatever. It is what it is.
Don't
I'll
be
still
so
love you
haters.
anyway.
Okay, thank
you know?
you.
Yeah.
And by the way, I already know I look fat, so you can tell me I look fat. I don't
Anyway,
care.
he's ridiculous. Like
That's not real.
because he lost so much weight and he still has
What do you
like
mean I
body
lost so much weight?
dysmorphia and he still thinks
I don't
he's
have body
fat.
dysmorphia. What is
Yes,
that?
you do.
What is that? I do
Yes,
not.
you do. Like he still
That's
looks
a lie.
like he
She's
looks in the
lying.
mirror and he's like,
I look in the mirror because I know I look good. Like,
okay, that's what you should be saying all the
There
time.
you go.
That's okay. So if anybody is interested, Lauren's work is amazing. Please just check out her Instagram at the HillBilly Hair Painter. It is amazing. Like her work is amazing, and the fact that your career is where it is today without even a website, like your Instagram does it all. Seriously, like it does it all.
Social media is powerful.
It is very powerful, and you said it correctly. Like you're hungry, and you just had the right stuff at the right time, and you just did it, and you went for it. And I think it's inspirational.
Thank you.
Of course. And I'm so thankful that I got to meet you and for coming on today's episode.
Same.
Yeah, I'm very happy I met you. And
Thanks for asking me.
I'm so very
Yeah.
happy that I met you too.
Same.
And also, I love your work and you're amazing.
well, I did tell him a while ago, like when I reached out to you, I was like, I know you don't have Instagram, but just Google HillBilly Hair Painter.
That was
So when
just giving
she's-
boys to men. He's like, you know, baby, I love you.
I was just gonna serenade you. Yeah. But when she says that, like, it's so when you like I watch her when she tells people that, she says it on purpose. It's meaningful because she wants to. I'm letting you know she takes the time to like go through people's stuff. Mm-hmm. And if she's telling you that, she means that.
Well, because it's good. It's
to
really
her,
good.
To her, like she says it on purpose, and I can appreciate why you say that because I'm laying in bed next to her, and she spends time
Yeah.
going
We
through
spend
people's
time
stuff.
on hair stuff.
Stalking. Yeah, we do.
And while I'm watching sometimes
obsession.
my Eagles lose, she's over there saying, "Hey, look at this." I'm like, "Hold on for a second, right? I just get done watching Joel Embiid like run down the court like an old lady, and you want to show me stuff." So
Did you watch the Tom Brady roast? It was.
Yeah, I actually started watching it yesterday with a client.
It was
Yes.
so good.
I didn't see the whole thing, but I was
Nikki
100%
is
dying.
So funny. Did you watch her, Nikki Glazier?
I didn't hear hers because
Okay,
we were
she's
talking
the
too much.
funniest. The funniest.
Dude, Jeff Ross, when he said he wanted the dimple on his chin, I died.
like,
He's
"Tom,
like,
you're so
man, you're
hot.
so beautiful. He's like, I just want to fuck that dimple on your chin. I was like, what?
he went for the dimple too.
He went in like.
I don't like Tom Brady.
So funny.
He's
I
gross.
do.
I
Just
don't.
because he's a legend.
Yeah, but he's so fucking cocky.
He
Hold
is.
on.
But I feel like there's a right to
Hold
that
on.
though.
Yeah, but like when I was watching
But also
it,
stay humble.
yeah, like he.
I want to help you out here.
No, Tom Brady thinks that he could do whatever he wants.
But let me help you out here.
Because why would you?
No, but I have to help you out here before we keep saying what we're saying right now. Tom Brady, right?
I know what he did to his
Literally.
person before he met Giselle that I just found out this morning.
What?
He left his pregnant girlfriend when she was like 8 months pregnant for Giselle.
Ew.
Okay. So I'm telling you about we're talking about Tom Brady, the quarterback. I'm not talking about
Her
Tom Brady, the
eyes.
personal stuff. So which one are we talking about? 'Cause
Anyway, this is
let
going
me
on to a different episode.
But that's fine.
so-
But this can go on there too. Just saying. So Tom Brady, the athlete, right?
Yes.
He wasn't like the greatest quarterback.
Right. He
Right.
worked very hard for that.
Right. He worked very hard, put in
Right.
a lot of hard work, and he literally was like, out of there's only like 1% of kids from college, like the top schools in college for D1 athletes. Like there's only like it's less than 1% that make it to the NFL draft.
I think it's amazing.
And
that
then
his
out of that number, they
accomplishments-
pick a certain number of players from that, and then they go on to practice to try to play on the team. Tom Brady wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4 top 10
He was the last draft pick.
He was like 199th
Yeah.
pick in the NFL, and he ends up being like the greatest athlete in the NFL.
Yeah, but his ego's too
He
big.
deserves to have that ego.
I agree.
He doesn't.
He worked hard, so that confidence, that's a confidence. We just got them blessing her with the confidence that she had. She went through some hard work. I'm sorry, she did some hard stuff that gave her the confidence so she can start her thing, right? Tom Brady, he went through some processes and some work, his work ethics for him to get that confidence, for him to be on that roast, and for him to be cocky.
He'll be
I'm
snowball
Tom
forever.
Brady, motherfuckers. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
he'll be
saying?
snowball
I'm that
forever.
guy.
He's married to football.
I know
so.
you don't like that when someone does that. But it's just like almost Lauren saying the same thing. Like, I'm Lauren. I'm that red color specialist. Get some of this.
I just had a gummy, and so I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm really, like, I'm, very relaxed, and I'm watching this, and he's like, his ego, like, it just, he is a very handsome, very talented, very, everything that he has. But as soon as he opened his mouth, I'm just like, ugh, really? Like, really?
It's
Like,
okay.
No.
It's okay.
Just stop talking. Anyway, I didn't take gummy today, and I still feel that way. So.
Oh, I thought you said you had a gummy. You
No,
didn't
not
have a
today.
gummy.
No, yesterday when I was watching it, and
Oh,
or
okay.
whenever we were watching it.
Yeah,
And that's what I was
what did you
thinking.
know? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all good.
but
God bless you. We're going to edit that out because Tom Brady should not deserve. He
all
doesn't
right.
deserve.
Anyway, so
I agree.
Tom Brady, I can understand.
I'm sorry, I love you, but I
whatever.
see
So-
I'm with him on this one.
yeah,
Right?
but
It's like
just
what we were talking about earlier. Like,
keep watching
I'm gonna finish it. I didn't finish
Nikki
it.
Glazer is
Maybe I'll watch it
hilarious.
tonight.
So
But-
you should.
so
Nikki
the
Glazer
one
is-
that should get you the first thing that comes to my mind was a running back to play for the Baltimore Ravens. His name is like Ray
Sports
Ray
podcast
Ray
now.
Rice.
I know, right?
Ray Rice, right? And literally they caught him on camera like beating his wife up in an elevator.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to hear that.
But then they brought him
good.
back after a little bit to play in the NFL again. So that's the type of guy that should get the hate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Because you should not be beating on your woman, right? And,
Right.
like
But you
for-
also shouldn't leave your pregnant wife.
pregnant girlfriend.
Pregnant.
He left his pregnant
I
girlfriend.
do agree with her
Does
on that.
that matter if you're married or
Well,
not?
so if we're going to go down that road...
No,
was
we're
he-
not going down that road.
Because was he married?
We don't
I
have
mean,
time for this.
Am I
We-
a marriage therapist right now?
No, this is not marriage therapy.
I'm kidding.
But so I get
just fucking with you.
technical, and I would like to hear what you have to say because
Yeah.
you're saying you agree with her. I'm on another level. If he has a girlfriend and she got pregnant, they're not married. So
That doesn't mean anything.
that doesn't matter. So if they're in a long-term relationship, you have to discuss did he get her pregnant right off the cuff? What's the whole story? Do you know the whole story?
Was it his baby?
Was it his baby? Does he really have a
I just heard it from somebody. I
It's
don't
a
know.
conspiracy, and I love a good conspiracy.
I just
love
heard it.
So you sound like a lot
Anyway.
of the sensitive people that are out there right now, when they hear something, they just assume that's what it is, right?
Whether he did that or not, I still would feel the same way because I felt like that before I even heard about it. So it was just because when he opened up his mouth during the roast, I'm like, oh, just stop talking. Just sit there and look pretty.
Well, Tom, check us out. Me and HillBilly Painter,
We got you,
we
bro.
love you. We got you, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no shade over here. Like, we know you're the GOAT. There's no shade.
Right.
We know you're the GOAT. You and Michael Jordan, up here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Ray Rice, down here, right?
Right.
But Nikki Glazer on there, she's like making fun of
Me
Gronk.
no.
She's like, yeah, how did you lose like $20,000 in Bitcoin? Gronk over there, he's smart. He's like, me no, that's not real money. Like,
That's why.
Oh my
anyway,
god.
okay, let's wrap this up.
My cousin Phil, me no, that's not the real TikTok.
Thank you so much for joining this
Phil, you know what I'm
episode.
talking about.
We will see you again on the next episode. Have a nice day, everybody.
Thanks
Peace
for
out.
having me, guys.
Thanks.
Thank
for
you,
coming.
of course. Yay. All
Bye.
done. Bye.
Well done.